Good afternoon, comrades. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas time. You had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you're gonna have a wonderful New Year's Eve as well. You can see that we're kind of in the, well, how should I say, winter chill mode. This mess are actually gifts that you sent to us, and we probably gonna unwrap them in today's video because today's video's main subject is actually this big black box, which is my PC, which a lot of you people wanted to know more about. There's Diana hiding somewhere in the corner, watching my latest vlog on her phone. I mean, why would you make use of the amazing 4K smart TV that we have in our hotels? I mean, our hotel and every rooms. That's what I want to say at Apex. Why would you? You can also watch it on the small screen of your.
I don't even have it like on full screen.
Oh my God, Diana. Well, anyway, let's get started with this. With my PC. And Diana, can I have you there for scale, maybe? Because actually, the first thing which makes it this crazy and amazing and cool is actually its size. So there's Diana, and it's actually half the size of Diana. Yep, it is. Thank you. You may go back in your corner and watch videos. Now, okay, let's get started. The first thing, the purpose of this massive PC that I built is actually to edit videos. This is the priority number one. Of course, you will see in a bit that its internal hardware allows me to play pretty much every single video game possible on the highest settings there are. But yeah, this is the main idea behind it. Now, let's get started with the components. First, the case, which is the Cooler Master Cosmos 2. Well, it doesn't say 2, but it is the second version. About like 5 or I would say 6 years ago, I had the Cosmos S, the first generation. I was very much pleased with it, and that's the reason why I got it as well. A couple of people actually asked why I didn't get the anniversary edition, the Cosmos 25, and that's actually the Cosmos 2 25 is actually because the side is made from plexiglass, which is amazing, of course, and especially if you consider all the goodies inside. But the thing is, you can see that here's my working desk, and here is our bed. So, yeah, and quite often I edit before going to bed and let it render and upload. And I don't want to have all this flashing light coming on our bed and then, yeah, not being able to sleep. So, inside. Let's start with the first component that's gonna raise lots of questions, or actually, well, this is the AMD. Is it AMD? Yeah, because the problem is when you make car content, I really need to like check on my order spec sheet here if it's not AMG. Yeah, that's the problem when you're running a car channel, I guess. Anyway, it's AMD Ryzen, the Threadripper 1950X. So the 16-core processor, and a lot of people asked why didn't I go for the latest i9 series? Because it's a bit faster with games, or any Intel processor for that matter. Well, the answer is pretty simple, because I didn't do as much gaming as I do editing, and this thing kills, well, not kills, it's, let's say it's faster in rendering of videos, and that's its main purpose. Thereby I got this, plus the i9 is additional 1,000 euros more. So to get like what, 5% of better performance on gaming, not even with rendering alone, and paying additional 1,000 euros, that doesn't make any sense. Now, probably for all the gaming nerds, this NVIDIA SLI, so 2 of Republic of Gaming 1080 Ti's by NVIDIA, pretty much, yeah, I would say, yeah, probably the best video card you can get. Of course, you also have the Titan, but again, like with the i9 over the Threadripper, you pay for the Titan, what, additional 1,000 euros? Well, maybe not 1,000, but 500 for only like 5% of increasement of performance, if at all. Now there, Corsair Memory, 4 of them, and each of them is actually 16, I think. Yeah, exactly. Each one of them is 16. That makes a total of 128. Now, a lot of people asked, why would you? And I guess the only answer I can come up with is because, first of all, because we can, and the second of all is because the main purpose of the build of this PC is actually video rendering, and, well, the RAM and video RAM are probably the most important components together with the processor. By the way, the cooling is the Corsair H115i, so it's a double fan, double fanned radiator. You can see here on the top. Yep, very silent, very good. Doesn't have any LED or something, but then again, I explained the reason that I don't like any of those, yeah, RGB lights. By the way, initially I ordered the Corsair 1500 watts power supply, but I believe like everywhere in Europe you had a waiting time of a month, and I was really impatient, so I just got that and well, the Thermaltake 1250, and that performs. Okay, for the motherboard I used the Asus ZENITH Extreme TR4, which was, well, the best thing that I could get for this socket, because this is a fairly new socket, the huge TR4 of the Threadripper. Storage, also very important. You can actually see here the 960 Pro of Samsung. I actually have 3 of them. 2 of 1 terabyte, which are configured in RAID 0, and 1 of 2 terabytes, which is the main hard drive. And actually, speaking of hard drives, I have here the Porsche design external hard drives. Each of them, no, not each of them, I believe like 3 and 4 terabyte. It could be even 3, 4, and 5, because I bought them over like a period of half a year. Difference every half a year I need a new one, roughly, because I shoot and edit all the videos in 4K. And yeah, well, every half a year there's a new model coming out with more storage for the same price. And what I like the most about it is because the capacity is big, and they're all powered by the USB-C 3.1, so you don't need any external power supply, and you can see the size is actually pretty small for what it delivers. Now here we can see my mouse mat, if you want to know. Logitech mouse, not a gaming mouse. Speaking of the keyboard, also not a gaming keyboard, but actually very simple. It only costs like 10 euros or something, and I can show you that actually in my original spec sheet. I had the Corsair Gaming rapid fire keyboard, but unfortunately,
Hello.
can you tell something about my first keyboard?
Oh, it was loud.
Yeah, it was very, very loud.
It was pretty though.
Yeah. There's a compensation, yeah. Yeah, no, it was very loud. Of course, there's a silent version, but like the case with the power supply, I was very impatient, so thereby I just got something as a temporary solution, but I didn't get a chance to buy something else as a replacement. But it works. I have this envelope here because it's not equal. Yeah, so when I type, it's actually moving, so that's why I need to put something underneath. It's like probably the best, the most stupid feature, because you have this hypercar of PCs, the most, one of the best things that you can get nowadays, and then, well, I don't know, 10 euro keyboard, which doesn't make sense. Screen wise, it's an Agon ROG or something, I think. The reason why I got this, it's the best bang for buck 4K NVIDIA G-Synced screen. Unfortunately, only 60 Hertz. But the next year, 2018, hopefully soon, there's going to be both from MSI and Asus, I believe, yeah. They're going to be the 4K screens which have G-Sync on 120 Hz. So this is something that I'm very much looking forward to. And by the way, this, to prevent those spots, I actually found out that I have this thing, I don't know what to put my glasses on, like 2 days ago when I was going through all the components one more time. Another thing that actually worth mentioning, the Sony headphones, noise cancelling headphones that I got, I don't know, well, a few weeks by now, actually a month ago, together with PC. And I can say, well, obviously there are a lot of tests out there on YouTube that talk through. Those are, well, this is the model WH1000XM2. Where I was saying there are a lot of YouTube videos out there that are gonna explain you all the technicalities about the components, but all I can say as the user, they work, they're worth it, they cancel noise perfectly, they have all the touch sensitive features, but for me the most important thing is that it works. So that's the priority number one, and it works indeed. Now let's fire up, because I'm gonna tell you, you might actually ask yourself, why would you spend this much money on such a PC? Is actually when I was a kid, I had a game, Command & Conquer 0 Hour, and I remember you had like a mission which had a timer counting down before, I believe, like the enemy, the counterparty would nuke you, and you had to, well, destroy their nuke facility as soon as possible. And there was a timer saying like, well, counting down, and in real time it was, I believe, like 5 times slower. So my old PC was very, very laggy. So I had kind of a child trauma that I really wanted to play Command & Conquer 0 Hour on highest settings and not be worried about the frame drops. So let's see if we can do it. But first, let's have a look at all those pretty lights inside. Yay. Okay, let's turn it on, which happens over here on top. Okay, let's see if it works. And I'm not using a screen capture software or anything, but just filming my screen. But this actually shows that the refresh rate, I guess, is very good, because if you film any old screens, you see some flickering when you film a screen with your camera, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's see if the Command & Conquer works. Actually, as a matter of fact, so this link is actually Command & Conquer here, and this link is that I had to buy it on Origin, because this one, the old one, wouldn't work because, well, the Windows 10 and that kind of stuff, so I had to buy a new one. And as a matter of fact, it was also pretty experience of its own, because I ordered the Ultimate Edition, well, this one, yeah, the Ultimate Collection of Command & Conquer, but I bought it here in Germany, and then Origin or EA Games or whoever said, okay, you can only play it in German. Like, wait, what? I mean, it's original US game, and my account is linked to Dutch account. Anyway, so what I had to do is call the customer service, refund, get a refund, cancel it, go to Holland, then the IP would detect that I was in Holland, and now I can have them in English. So I'm very happy about that. So let's fire it up. Yay, play. What now? Oh, cloud synchronization, this, that. Will it start? Yay. The thing that you see is actually, well, back in the days, all the screens, also including TVs and movies, were 4:3 format. So actually this one is as well. The screen is obviously 16:9, but it's overscaled by 4:3. Oh my god, it's moving! And the thing is, if you played the original Generals, if your PC wasn't powerful enough, this, like the interactive menu, this was something very new and fresh, and my old PC was not even fast enough to show this, so I had just a stupid image in the first place anyway. Well, I'm not gonna go through the gameplay. I'm happy that it runs, and I'm sure it will run. Another thing that I just want to show you for the sake of this video again, because I told you I got this rig to, well, to edit videos fast. So this currently are one of the most popular videos, the 30-something minute Q&A that we shot with Robert about the P15, and just for convenience of it, it's well, let's see, Control M, come on, yep. In total, it's a 32 minutes and 46 seconds video, all in 4K. So let's see how long it's gonna take to render. So yeah, render at maximum depth, render quality, preset. It's already at 4K, but just one more time. So 4K, maximum this, that, frame, the bitrate I always do 45 target and 50 max, because, well, 45, that's what you need for the 4K videos on YouTube. I always do VBR 1 pass. 2 pass is always better, but it also takes twice as much time, and when you do daily vlogs, it doesn't matter much. And, well, let me just rename it differently. Let's call it test. Yeah, whatever, fine. And so again, 32-minute video in 4K. How long will the estimated time be? That's a very funny facial expression that I have on the screenshot, because it totally fits the question. 48:52. Well, roughly 1 hour, which is definitely not bad. I would say, yeah, it's going down by now. It might go up. Well, well, let's say 50 minutes. It's definitely something. Well, yeah, well, 50 minutes for 32, almost 1-to-1, which is definitely not bad. Now here is my old laptop of MSI that I donated to Diana, who is very happy. It has a 980M, yeah, video card, 32 gigs of RAM, and I believe i7 of the 4th generation Intel. And it would take roughly, if this would be 20 minutes, this would be 2 hours. Yeah, so roughly 20-minute vlog, it would take roughly 2 hours plus to render, whereas this is 20 minutes. So if I can save myself 1.5 hour a day on, well, on efficiency, then I would say doing daily vlogs, 1.5 times 300 plus days, because, well, I I haven't managed to do every single day of vlogmas, so you know what I mean. Yeah, 450 hours on a yearly basis. That's a good investment. And now Diana's like, can we do the gifts now? Can we do the gifts?
Please.
Okay, let's do the gifts. I hope you enjoyed my coverage of my PC. And if you like this video and you're new to this channel, this is actually very uncommon because we usually talk about cars. Sometimes they're covered in snow, like it is the case now. Yep, like that. Diana, gifts.
Would you look at that? It's
Dude, that's exactly what you wanted, Max.